If you enjoy this video, then please leave a like and a comment, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And while you're here, why not check out all our other content? Thank you, and enjoy the video.
Welcome to day 1 of the week of Dinobots. You have no idea how long I've wanted to do this, but now I finally have a complete set of Dinobots, so I can finally review them. Now I could do these in any order I want, because it's my channel. No one tells me what to do but me. But I think it's better if we go in release order. Oh, it feels so wrong though. I want to do Grimlock first. Anyway, let's just get started. Today's review is on Legacy Evolution Simon. I can't call him by his real name. I don't want to upset the YouTube crocodile. This figure has its flaws, but overall, I still find it pretty fun. That's going to be a running theme with these Dinobots. They're flawed, but fun. Now, before we take a look at the figure, let's take a look at the box. Oh, how I miss the Legacy packaging. So we have the artwork on the front, Legacy Evolution, the name of the figure, Transformers, and then different artwork. And then on the back, a picture of the figure and the alt mode and the name of the figure again, and some warnings. On this side, the Legacy artwork. And then on the top, just Legacy Evolution. So yeah, good box. Design-wise, this figure is mostly fine, except for two little things. The arms are too short. This one I can give a pass. It is a Legends figure and a combiner, so there are going to be compromises. The head, though, why is it so small? It doesn't need to be this way for the transformation or combine mode. It's literally on a plate. You just make it bigger, and then it's bigger. It's that simple. Besides that, the figure is painted well and is very solid. As for size comparisons, here he is next to a standard deluxe, a standard Voyager, and a standard leader. As for accessories, you get Volcanicus's head and part of the combined chest. These can go together, and it can be held in the hand as a gun, and it can be stored on the back. As for articulation, head goes up, down, left, and right. Shoulders go all the way around and out, and nothing else. No elbow, no bicep, no wrist, nothing. Waist rotation, leg goes up, down and out, knee bend, knee rotation, and that's it. Posability is not that good, if I'm being honest. It's a Legends figure, compromises have to be made. The transformation is the best part of this figure. That's going to be another running theme with these guys. They have very good transformations. Okay, so we're gonna take this off and then close these. The arms will rotate around like so. This part of the chest will come up, and then the legs will go together and then come up. These legs will come down. And then this part will go into the back. And then we have the Triceratops mode. The only dinosaur that I know besides the T-Rex. And in the end, you get a really good Triceratops mode. The mouth can open, the front legs are just the robot arms, the back legs can move, and that's it. So that's Legacy Sandwich. A decent start to the Legacy Dinobots. I'll give this one a 6 out of 10. Welcome to day 2 of the week of Dinobots. Today's review is on Legacy Evolution Sludge. This was the one member of the team that was hated on the most. I mean, I don't blame them. Look at him. He is a goofy boy. But I'm actually going to give him a pass. Again, he is a Legends figure, a Dinobot, and a combiner, so of course there's going to be compromises. Secondly, it has that fun factor that every figure in this set except for one, we'll get to him, has. I will also mention this has gap fillers, and it actually fixes one of this figure's major flaws. Before this, the waist couldn't hold together, and it was a big problem, especially in combine mode. But now with the gap fillers installed, it holds together fine. Now before we look at the figure, let's take a look at the box. Okay, so we have the standard Legacy Evolution packaging, got some artwork on the front, Legacy Evolution, the name of the figure, on this side some different artwork. On the back, pictures of the figure and the alt mode and the name of the figure again, and some warnings. On this side, the Legacy artwork. And then on the top, Legacy Evolution. So yeah, good box. Hey, it's me, editing Soundwave. When I threw that box, I hit Sludge and the dino head fell off. So for a large majority of this video, the dino head just isn't there. Why am I mentioning this? You probably wouldn't have noticed if I didn't point it out. The design is not this figure's strongest point. That's the one thing people complain about the most. His arms are a mile away from his body. His thighs are fake. If you don't have the upgrades, he's covered in gaps. This figure definitely suffers the most from having to combine, at least when it comes to looks. I like how the head is just a tiny version of the Studio Series figure. Besides that, the figure is painted well and is very solid. As for size comparisons, here he is next to a standard Deluxe, a standard Voyager, and a standard Leader. As for accessories, there are none. As for articulation, head goes left and right, shoulders go all the way around and out, butterfly joint, and nothing else for the arms, waist rotation, front skirt, leg goes up, down, and out, thigh rotation, knee bend, and that's it. Posability, once again, is not great. The transformation is probably the best part of this figure. It's fun, it's smooth, it's simple, it's just good. Okay, first we bring the dino head up, and then rotate the waist, plug the legs together. Then we can bring the arms up, and they'll plug into the head, and then the legs will come in and slide in. I think the gap fillers are stopping these from plugging in all the way, but it doesn't matter because we have a whatever this is. And in the end, we get a... I don't know what this dinosaur is called. I just call it a fat hairless giraffe. It looks alright. Doesn't have any articulation though. So that's Legacy Sludge. Definitely not the best figure. It has quite a few flaws, but I don't hate it. I'll give it a 5 out of 10. Welcome to day 3 of the week of Dinobots. Today's review is on Legacy Evolution Grimlock. Now, objectively, this is not the best. It still has some of the problems that Sludge and Scooby-Doo had, but subjectively, this is my favorite of the whole set. Swoop and Snarl might be better when it comes to overall quality, but Grimlock is my comfort figure. The one that I always come back to. The one that I keep messing with, whether I'm working or just chilling. Now, before we look at the figure, let's take a look at the box. Okay, once again, the standard Legacy Evolution packaging. Got some artwork on the front. Transformers, Legacy Evolution, the name of the figure. On this side, some different artwork. On the back, pictures of the figure and the alt mode and the name of the figure again, and some warnings. On this side, the Legacy artwork. And then on the top, just a Legacy Evolution. So yeah, good box again. I think one of the reasons I like this figure over all the others is the slight redesign. G1 Grimlock isn't that bulky of a design, but this is like, what if we took Grimlock and made him a tank? This isn't your normal dumb brute Grimlock. This is the Grimlock that's gonna beat you to death with the nearest blunt object he can find, or his bare hands. I love how the head is just taken from the Studio Series figure. Besides that, the figure is painted well and is very solid. As for size comparisons, here he is next to a standard Deluxe, a standard Voyager, and a standard Leader. As for accessories, you get this. I don't really like it. It's trying to be his tail and a gun at the same time, and while it works as a tail, it just doesn't as a gun. As for articulation, head goes left and right, shoulders go all the way around and out, wrist rotation, and that's it for the arms. I feel like they could have put an elbow in there. The arms are definitely big enough for it. Waist rotation, leg goes up, down, and out. Knee bend, knee rotation, and that's it. Posability, once again, is not great. But I find myself posing this more than the other two. Maybe because the proportions are more normal, so he looks better in most poses. Now the transformation. That's where this figure shines. It is just the standard Grimlock transformation, but in the Legend scale, it's just so fun. Okay, so first we're gonna rotate the hand so the dino feet are facing forward. Then we're gonna bring the dino head up. And then these parts will close around the head. And then the legs will click together and come up like so. And then we take the gun and then put it in the back like that. And then we have the dino mode, the T-Rex, the only other dinosaur that I know. And in the end, we get an alright dino mode. He has a bit of junk in the trunk. Me Grimlock is dummy thick. And some balls on his neck. But look at him. He is adorable. The head can go up and down, and the legs are just the robot arms. So that's Legacy Grimlock. If I were ranking this objectively, he's about the same quality as Source. Maybe a bit better, so he would get a 7 out of 10, but screw that. This is my boy. He's getting a 9 from me. Welcome to day 4 of the week of Dinobots. Today's review is on Legacy Evolution Scar. So the first two we've reviewed have been very understandably flawed. They do the most when it comes to combining, so the compromises to the robot and dino modes make sense. And they're still pretty fun figures, even despite those flaws. And then we got Grimlock, who is my favorite of the set. But Scar is my least favorite. Honestly, I think he's kind of bad. This does barely anything to combine. It does barely anything to transform. So it really has no excuse to be so mid. Now, before we look at the figure, let's take a look at the box. Okay, once again, standard Legacy packaging. Got some artwork, Transformers, Legacy Evolution, the name of the figure. On this side, some different artwork. On the back, pictures of the figure and the alt mode and the name of the figure again, and some warnings. On this side, the Legacy artwork. And on the top, just a Legacy Evolution. So yeah, good box. The design is so lame. Boring head. Massive shoulders that end in baby hands. A completely flat chest. Sure, it was the same way with Grimlock, but it felt different. It made more of a statement. Like, you look at me, Grimlock chest. Here it's just like, look at my chest. This is just a nothing design. He's at least solid, but like, all of them are. So still not impressive. As for size comparisons, here he is next to a standard deluxe, a standard Voyager, and a standard leader. As for accessories, you get the combiner hand. This can slide into the hand, and come on, this isn't a gun. Couldn't this have plugged into the side of the arm and become a power fist? You know, like on the box? All it would have taken is one hole on the side of the arm, and they just didn't do it. So now he just has a nothing weapon. Even more of a nothing weapon than Grimlock. Or even a spoon. As for articulation, head goes left and right, shoulders go all the way around and out. Because of the way he transforms, he has butterfly joints, but no elbows. There's no excuse for this. The arms don't need to be this way for the combine mode or transformation, so where are my goddamn elbows? Waist rotation, leg goes up, down and out, knee bend, knee rotation, and that's it. Posability once again is not good, and this time there's no excuse for it. They could have easily put more joints in, but they just didn't. Also, the arms are weirdly ratcheted for literally no reason. The transformation is fine, but as I've said in previous videos, when the rest of the figure is doing nothing to impress me, just fine isn't good enough. Okay, so we're gonna bring the dino head up, and then the arms will come in and clip together, and then we want to rotate the waist connect the legs together, and then they'll come up and cover the arms, and then the dino legs can come down, and then we can plug in the tail, and we get a pretty good dino mode, whatever this is. Then we get the dino mode. It's also fine, but once again, the figure isn't doing anything else well, so having an alt mode that's just fine isn't good enough. The legs can move and that's it. So that's Scar. Definitely the worst of the set. I don't even find it fun. It's just mid. I'll give him a 3 out of 10. Welcome to day 5 of the week of Dinobots. Today's review is on Legacy Evolution Swoop. Now, I've already said that Grimlock is my favorite of the set, but Swoop is the objective best, since he works as both a combiner and as a figure on his own. Snarl is also this way, but Swoop beats him out in articulation, and he doesn't have any of the flaws that the other figures have, making him the best. And this honestly comes as a surprise, because Swoop is normally the worst one. The Power of the Primes figure sucks ass, and Studio Series isn't terrible, but he's just kind of you know? So it's nice to have a Swoop figure that's actually just good. Now, before we look at the figure, let's take a look at the box. Okay, so once again, the standard Legacy Evolution packaging. Got some artwork, Transformers, Legacy Evolution, the name of the figure. On this side, some different artwork. On the back, pictures of the figure and the alt mode and the name of the figure again, and some warnings. On this side, the Legacy artwork. And on the top, just a Legacy Evolution, so yeah, good box. The design is really good. It is a slight redesign, but it works. You can have the wings folded in for accuracy, or flipped out for a cooler look. The head is not as bad as it was in pictures, but there's still something off about it. I think the eyes are too close together, and the lips are a bit big. It looks like his face is being smushed inside this tiny helmet. Besides that, the figure is painted well, and is very solid. As for size comparisons, here he is next to a standard deluxe, a standard Voyager, a standard Leader, and Figuarts Freeran, what the hell? As for accessories, you get the combiner hand. This can split in half, and they can be held in the hands as guns. So far, this is the best accessory that any of these figures have had, but that's not saying much. As for articulation, head goes up, down, left, and right. Shoulders go all the way around and out. Wings can flap and extend. Elbow bend, that's a first. Elbow rotation, no wrist. Waist rotation, leg goes up, down, and out. Thigh rotation, knee bend, and that's it. But this time that's actually fine, because the posability is really good. The transformation is pretty simple, but this is a Legends figure, so simple is good. Okay, so we're going to flip the head up and the dino head also. The wings can extend, and then the legs will clip together, and then we bend the knees all the way until they peg into the back. And then the arms will plug into the legs, and then we can actually take the guns and plug them into the wings. And then we have the featherless bird mode. And in the end, we get a pretty good looking dino mode. It's very cute, very swooshable, the wings can still flap, and that's it. So that's Legacy Swoop. Again, this is definitely the best of the set. It isn't compromised by being a combiner. It just feels like a normal Legends figure. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. Welcome to day 6 of the week of Dinobots. Today's review is on Legacy Evolution Snarl. Now, this is the same as Swoop, where it works both as a combiner and as a figure on its own. Swoop is still better, it has more articulation, but this is still a close second place. Objectively, that is. Grimlock is still my favourite. Now, before we look at the figure, let's take a look at the box. Okay, so one more time, we have the standard Legacy packaging. Got some artwork, Transformers, Legacy Evolution, the name of the figure. On this side, some different artwork. On the back, pictures of the figure and the alt mode and the name of the figure again, and some warnings. On this side, the Legacy artwork. And on the top, Legacy Evolution. So yeah, good box. The design is perfect. It hasn't been changed or messed with. It's just Snarl's design. The head is once again taken straight from Studio Series. Besides that, the figure is painted well and is very solid. As for size comparisons, here he is next to a standard Deluxe, a standard Voyager, and a standard Leader. As for accessories, you get a sword. This can be held in the hand, and it can be stored on the back. As for articulation, head is extremely tight, but it can go left and right. Shoulders go all the way around and out. Because of the way he transforms, he has a butterfly joint, elbow bend, waist rotation, leg goes up, down, and out, knee bend, and that's it. Posability is alright, but it is missing rotations in the biceps and thighs. The transformation is pretty simple. The legs do something clever though. And again, simple is good for a Legends figure. Okay, first we're gonna take the shoulder pads and fold them over the head. We're going to plug the arms into the chest and then bend the elbows as far as they can go. We're going to bend the knees halfway so that way we can get the dino head out, and then we can plug the legs together and then fold them up, and we have the Dino mode. And in the end, we get a pretty good looking Dino mode. I kinda wish his head wasn't so low, so it didn't look like he was trying to snort something off the ground. And this has no articulation, but besides that it's alright. So that's Legacy Snarl. Honestly, I'm surprised I didn't have more to say about this one. I didn't want to bring up how hard it was to get this, because I've done it so many times already. It was the same situation as 86 Grimlock, where I saw it one time in stores. I said, ooh, I'll get it later. I come back, and it's gone. and the only way to get it for a long time is through overpriced listings on eBay. But yeah, it's a good figure. Almost as good as Swoop. If it had the same amount of articulation, it would get the same score, but it doesn't, so I can only give it an 8 out of 10. Welcome to the final day of the week of Dinobots. Today we look at the completed Legacy Volcanicus. But before we do that, let's do a quick recap of the whole set. Slug. Yeah, I got tired of doing the joke, so I'm just gonna call him Slug. Pretty decent. A few proportional issues, but this one's fine. Sludge. Definitely one of the weaker figures in the set, but considering what this has to do for the combine mode, it's very understandably flawed. Grimlock. My favorite of the set. A cool update to the design, and just really fun to handle. Also, I forgot to mention this in the review, but due to the way he transforms, he has butterfly joints. Scar. The worst of the set. And it really has no excuse to be so bad. It does nothing to combine, nothing to transform. The robot mode is nothing. The dino mode is nothing. This figure is nothing. So why is it so flawed? Swoop. The best of the set. This is what I wanted from Scar. This does nothing to combine. So they took that simplicity and worked with it, making this function as a combiner and as a figure on its own. Snarl. Almost as good as Swoop. Not quite there though, but still really good. With that being said, let's finally combine these guys. Okay, we're gonna start with the leg, so we'll do Snarl first. We're gonna rotate the head all the way around, a bit hard because it's really tight, and then bring the shoulder pads over his head. We're gonna take off the backpack and then flip up this peg. The arms will fold forward and clip together, and then the legs will also clip together and then fold up and plug into the chest, and then this part will plug into the arms, and that's Snarl done. Then we'll do Grimlock. So we take off the gun, and then we're going to flip this over the head. Now, one of these is supposed to come up like that, but I actually like to do both like that. And then we'll take the legs, plug them together. We'll flip this peg up, and then the legs will come up and plug in there, and then the arms will just come forward and go together, and that's the other leg done. Okay, then Sludge, we bring the arms up, and then rotate the legs, bring the knees up, and they'll plug into the legs. Do the same on the other side. And then we take this part from Slug, and that just goes into the chest there, and we're done with Sludge. Okay, then we bring in Slug. The arms will come up and rotate around until they plug into the chest. The chest will come up over the head, and then the legs will plug together and then go like that. And then that's Slug done, and then we can actually go ahead and connect this to Sludge. So we just push really hard, And then the arms from Sludge will plug in there. Then we can bring in the Volcanicus head, and that will just plug in right there. And then we can also plug the legs in while we're here. Like so. Okay, Swoop is next. We're gonna bring up the dino head and then fold out this peg. I need a tool for it because it is kind of hard to get at it. There we go. And then what I like to do is rotate the arms backwards and then fold out the wings so they sort of have something to lean on. So like that, and then we plug the legs together and then rotate the waist all the way around. And then we take his guns and they'll just plug together and then plug in to the legs. And then we can plug him into Volcanicus. Then this fucking guy. We bring the dino head up and fold the arms in so they'll plug together. And then we just plug the legs together, and then this peg will come down, and then we plug in the combiner hand, except it doesn't want to stay. That's another problem with this figure, is that the dino hand doesn't plug on, or the combiner hand, sorry. And then we just plug him into Volcanicus, and there he is. There's the big boy. Oh, and one more thing. We take Grimlock's gun and plug it into the back here. And now we have the big boy. And here we have Volcanicus in all his glory. The limbs aren't anything that special. They're just standard combiner limbs. He's actually missing feet, just standing on two stumps. But the chest, that's where this figure shines. It's big, it's bulky, it's everything the Power of the Primes figure should have been, instead of the joke that it is. The head is great too, but I think it is just taken from Power of the Primes. As for size comparisons, here he is next to a standard Deluxe, a standard Voyager, and a standard Leader. No, I'm not comparing him to all my other combiners, that would take forever. As for articulation, head goes left and right, shoulders go up, down and out, bicep rotation, double elbow, no wrist, waist rotation, leg goes up, down and out, knee bend, knee rotation, and that's it. Posability is pretty good, but there are ways we can improve it with upgrade kits. Okay, so we're gonna take off Swoop and Scar, and we're going to transform them a bit. So we'll do Swoop first. Take off the old combiner hand, and then rotate the waist. And then we're going to basically bring him back into his dino mode, but also unclip these so we can fit in the new combiner hand, just like so. And then, yep, that will just fold up. And then with the arms, we can now just plug them into the legs, like if we were just transforming him into dino mode. And then we can plug him back onto Volcanicus. Then we'll take Scar, take off the old combiner hand, rotate the waist. This leg will come back up like you're transforming it into dino mode. This one will rotate this way, And then we'll just plug in the new combiner hand. And then he can plug into Volcanicus. Then we bring in the new combiner feet. This one is for Grimlock. This just plugs in like so. And then same for Snarl, except this one is a bit loose. So you have to give it a good push. And then we have new Volcanicus with the upgrades. And here we have Volcanicus with all the upgrades attached. He has ball-jointed elbows now, ball-jointed wrists, and just better hands in general, and ball-jointed feet, and actual feet now. These also make him a bit taller. Deluxe Voyager Leader. Are these necessary? No. The figure works perfectly fine as it is, but I liked it enough to give it these upgrades. And that's Legacy Volcanicus, and the end to the week of Dinobots. A pretty good set. Definitely not perfect. Hell, there's one figure in this set I just don't like. But overall, I'd give this set a 7 out of 10. That's it for me. Please be sure to leave a like and a comment, join my Discord server, donate to my Patreon if you want to, follow my TikTok and Instagram, and subscribe to the Great Soundwave. I'll see you next time.